Hello students, today we will study about a letter to God, which is first chapter of textbook First Flight. A Letter to God is a story written by G.L. Fuentes. He was born on July 11, 1897 and died from cancer in 2002 at the age of 105 years. Before you read, they say faith can move mountains, but what should we put our faith in? This is the question this story delicately poses. Lancho is a farmer who writes a letter to God when his crops are ruined, asking for 100 pesos. Does Lancho's letter reach God? Does God send him the money? Think what your answers to these questions would be, and guess how the story continues before you begin to read it. We can say that the letter sent by Lancho could neither reach God nor did God send any amount to Lancho. The letter must have been opened by one of the postmen, and the postman must have found some way to help Lancho, taking into consideration his living condition or living death condition. Students, before starting an activity, because there is an activity given on first page of your chapter, page number 1. So have a pencil, eraser, a rough notebook along with you, so that while explanation difficult words can be written, and those who have book they can do themselves, and others will follow the instructions I will do for them. One of the cheapest way to send money to someone is through the post office. Have you ever sent or received money in this way? Here's what you have to do. As you read the instructions, discuss with your teacher in class the meanings of these words: counter, counter clerk, appropriate, acknowledgement, counterfoil, record. Consult a dictionary if necessary. Are these their words corresponding to these English words in your language? So I'll tell you the meaning of these words. Write down the meaning of these words. Counter. Counter means a flat surface where customers are served. Counter clerk means the person who serves customer on counter. Appropriate means correct. Acknowledgement means a letter or something that says something has been received or noticed. So this is the sequence given how you can take a money order. On the back side of this first page, on second page, it is a format has been given. It is a form of money order, and this format is divided in 6 parts. Fill out the money order from given below using the clues that follow the form. Here, this form, you have to go through this form, and on page number 3 points are given. Read these instructions and you have to complete the statements which are given on the page number 3. So I am reading the instructions for you. Think about who you will send the money to and how much. You might want to send money for a magazine subscription or to a relative or a friend. Or you may fill out the form with yourself as sender or your partner as receiver. Use a part of your pocket money and submit the form at the nearest post office to see how it's done. See how your partner enjoys getting money by post. Notice that the form has three parts: the money order form, the part of official use, and the acknowledgement. What would you write in the space of communication? Now complete the following statements. You have to complete the statements by filling some of the words. So, in addition to the sender, the form has to be signed by the receiver. Here you have to write in the first statement, you have to write receiver. Second, the acknowledgement section of the form is sent by the post office to the sender after the receiver signs it. So first blank will be filled by sender and second one receiver. Third one, the space for communication section is used for dash. You have to fill here giving information. Fourth one, the form has 6 sections. The sender needs to fill out dash sections and the receiver dash. So in first blank you have to fill 4 sections are for sender and receiver 2 sections. So now we can start the chapter. The activity which we have done you have to do as a homework. Let us start the chapter. The house, the only one in the entire valley, sat on the crest of a low hill. From this height one could see the river and the field of ripe corn dotted with the flowers that always promised a good harvest. The only thing the earth needed was downpour, or at least a shower. Throughout the morning, Lencho, who knew his fields intimately, had done nothing else but see the sky towards the northeast. Children, first write down the difficult words, then I will explain you the paragraph. Write down entire. Entire means whole. Valley, an area of lowland between hills of mountains. In this paragraph, the location of Lencho's house is mentioned. Crest, crest means top. Ripe, ripe means mature. Corn, grains. Dotted with, spread out here and there. Downpour, heavy rain. Shower, light shower of rain. Intimately means closely. Supper, the last meal of the day. So this much is sufficient, I think. Now in this paragraph, Lencho's house was at the top of a hill. One could see the river, the fields with ripe corn dotted with flowers from the height of his house was situated. Lencho constantly saw the sky towards the northeast, expecting some sign of a rain. Next paragraph. Now we were really going to get some water, woman. The woman who was preparing supper replied, "Yes, God willing." The older boys were working in the field while the smaller ones were playing near the house until the woman called to them all, "Come for dinner." It was during the meal that, just as Lencho had predicted, big drops of rain began to fall. The northeast huge mountains of clouds could be seen approaching. The air was fresh and sweet. The man went out for no other reasons than to have the pleasure of feeling the rain on his body, and when he returned, he exclaimed, These aren't raindrops falling from the sky. They are now coins. The big drops are 10 cents pieces and the little ones are 5. So children, again you can write the difficult words. Predicted, that is made a forecast. Huge, very big. Approaching, to come near. Pleasure, happiness. Returned, came back. Exclaimed, cried with surprise. In this paragraph, the big drops of rain began to fall during the meal, and one could see the huge mountains of snow approaching in the northeast. The rain accompanied very large hailstones, which proved to be devilish for Lencho, and Lencho was very happy to see the rainfall. With a satisfied expression, he regarded the field of ripe corn with its flowers draped in a curtain of rain, but suddenly a strong wind began to blow, and along with the rain, very large hailstones began to fall. These truly did resemble new silver coins. The boys, exposing themselves to the rain, ran out to collect the frozen pearl. Now you can write the difficult words from this paragraph. Satisfied, contented. Expression, show of feelings. Regarded, thought. Draped means covered or dressed up with a cloth, it is compared with that. Curtain, veil, that is, curtain in your house is also there. Suddenly, quickly, and unexpectedly. Exposing, coming out of in the open. Along means with. Hailstones, rain of snow. Resemble, to look like something. Frozen pearls, icy hailstones. So in this paragraph, Lencho was satisfied. As it started raining heavily, he regarded the fields of ripe corn with its flowers covered with rain. Suddenly a strong wind began to blow, and along with the rain, very large hailstones began to fall. The large hailstones resembled new silver coins, and here frozen pearls are referred to hailstones. Let us start the next paragraph. "It's really getting bad now," exclaimed the man. "I hope it passes quickly." It did not pass quickly. For an hour, the hail rained on the house, the garden, the hillside, the cornfield, on the whole valley. The field was white, as if covered with salt. Not a leaf remained on the trees. The corn was totally destroyed. The flowers were gone from the plants. Lencho's soul was filled with sadness. So children, you can write few words are there like quickly, fastly. Destroyed means spoiled. So in this paragraph, the falling of hailstone was getting bad for Lencho. Lencho expected that falling of hailstones would stop soon, but the falling of hailstone totally destroyed his crops. And hailstones completely destroyed his crops, which made him very dejected and depressed. So let us read it again. When the storm had passed, he stood in the middle of the field and said to his son, "A plague of locusts would have left more than this. The hail has left nothing this year. We will have no corn." That night was a sorrowful one. All our work for nothing. There is no one who can help us. We will all go hungry this year. So in this paragraph, you can write some of the words, meaning of those words. Soul. Soul means spiritual part of the person believed to exist after death. And plague of locusts, attack of insects or flies, you can say. Now, what is there in this paragraph? The hailstones completely destroyed the crops, and he shared his sorrow with his sons. A plague of locusts also destroys the crops, but not as much as done by the hailstones. Now children, write down some oral comprehension check is there. You have to write the answer of these questions. First question is, what did Lencho hope for? So here we will write that Lencho hoped for rain because his fields needed rain. Second question is, why did Lencho say the raindrops were like new coins? The raindrops had brightness like new coins. That's why Lencho compared the raindrops as new coins. Third question is there. Two parts are there. How did the rain change? The rain changed into hailstone. Second part, what happened to Lencho's fields? The Lencho's whole crops were completely destroyed. You will write this. Lencho's whole crops were completely destroyed. And fourth one, what were Lencho's feeling when the hail stopped? So Lencho became very sad due to the hailstorms. You have to write the feelings. So Lencho became very sad due to the hailstorms. But in the hearts of all who lived in that solitary house in the middle of the valley, there was a single hope, help from God. Don't be so upset, even though this seems like a total loss. Remember, no one dies of hunger. That's what they say. No one dies of hunger. Although the night, Lencho thought only of his one hope, the help of God, whose eyes, as he had been instructed, see everything, even what is deep in one's conscience. Lencho was an ox of a man working like an animal in the fields, but still he knew how to write. The following Sunday, at daybreak, he began to write a letter which he himself would carry to town and place in the mail. It was nothing less than a letter to God. Now, children, some of the words are there. You can write these words. Solitary means alone. Upset, worried. Through, from the beginning to the end. Instructed, directed. Conscience, that is soul, the inner sense of the right or wrong. daybreak, it's sunrise. Now, what is there in this paragraph? Lencho lived with his family in that solitary house, and they had left with the single hope of getting some help from God. He consoled his family by reminding that no one ever dies of hunger. It shows that he has unshaken faith in God and His mercy. Now, Lencho thought all through the night about the help from God. Lencho was strong and active like an ox working in the field. He began to write to God, seeking His help to save him and his family. He needed God's help because he and his family were on the verge of starvation. One of the employees, who was a postman and also helped at the post office, went to his boss laughing heartily and showed him a letter to God. Never in his career as a postman he had known that address. The postmaster, a fat, amiable fellow, also broke out laughing, but almost immediately he turned serious and, tapping the letter on his desk, commented, "What faith! I wish I had the faith of the man who wrote this letter, starting up a correspondence with God." So, students, some of the difficult words are there: employees, workers, boss, master or head, showed, displayed, career, profession, amiable, friendly and pleasant, fellow, person, immediately, at once, tapping, thumping, commented, told, faith, belief, correspondence, communicating through letters. So, in this paragraph, the postman laughed heartily to see to God as the receiver's name. The postman became serious as he deeply moved by the faith the sender had in God. So, in order not to shake the writer's faith in God, the postmaster came up with an idea: answer the letter. But when he opened it, it was evident that to answer it he needed something more than goodwill, ink and paper. But he stuck to his resolution. He asked for money from his employees. He himself gave part of his salary, and several friends of his were obliged to give something for an act of charity. It was impossible for him to gather together the 100 pesos, so he was able to send the farmer only a little more than half. He put the money in an envelope addressed to Lencho, and with it a letter containing only a single word as a signature: God. So, children, write down the meaning of some of the words. Shake, to move. Idea means plan. Opened, unsealed. Evident, that is clear. Needed, required. Goodwill, nice feeling. Stuck, remained firm. Resolution, firm determination. Several, many. Obliged, asked to do a favor or asked to be generous. Act, work. Charity, help given to the poor people. Impossible, that is not possible. Together, with one another. Addressed, written to special name. containing, having, signature, sign, a bit, a little, earlier, before the beginning of the period of time, usual, common, experiencing, feeling something, contentment, satisfaction, performed, done, deed, act. So let us see what is there in this paragraph. Here the postmaster was deeply moved and impressed by the sender's unshaken faith in God. The sender needed something more than goodwill, a help of 100 pesos. The postmaster collected money by giving a part of his salary and taking contribution from his employees. It was an act of charity, so whatever amount were given by the staff at their sweet will, he accepted, and he also added some part of his salary to the charity, but could not collect 100 pesos. He put the signature God so that Lencho's unshaken faith in God did not break. So children, let us do the oral comprehension check. On page number 6, 3 questions are given. First question is, who or what did Lencho have faith in? What did he do? 2 parts are there. Lencho had a deep faith in God, so he wrote a letter to God asking for 100 pesos. Second question is, who read the letter? The postman saw the letter and he took it to the postmaster. The postmaster read the letter and was impressed to see Lencho's faith in God. Third question, what did the postmaster do then? The postmaster collected money from his employees and gave a part of his salary and sent the money to Lencho. So you will write these questions as homework. Next paragraph. The following Sunday, Lencho came a bit earlier than usual to ask if there was a letter for him. It was the postman himself who handed the letter to him, while the postmaster, experiencing the contentment of a man who has performed a good deed, looked on from his office. Lencho showed not the slightest surprise on seeing the money, such was his confidence, but he became angry when he counted the money. God could not have made a mistake, nor could he have denied Lencho what he had requested. In this paragraph, write down the meaning of slightest, not even a little, surprised, astonishment, confidence, trust, counted, calculated the total number, mistake, fault, denied, refused, requested, act of asking something. So in this paragraph, the Lencho was waiting for the reply, and Lencho had so much confidence in God that he showed no surprise when he saw the money. He became angry as he received 30 pesos less than what he had demanded from God, and he demanded a sum of 100 pesos from God as a special help to him. Immediately Lencho went up to the window to ask for paper and ink. On the public writing table he started to write with much wrinkling of his brow, caused by the effort he had to make to express his ideas. When he finished, he went to the window to buy a stamp, which he licked and then affixed to the envelope with a blow of his fist. The moment the letter fell into the mailbox, the postmaster went to open it. He said, God, of the money that I asked for, only 70 pesos reached me. Send me the rest since I need it very much, but don't send it to me through the mail because the post office employees are a bunch of crooks. Lancho. In this paragraph, some of the difficult words are wrinkling, means crease. In Hindi we can say churriyan. Brow, the part of a face above the eyes. You can say eyebrows. Caused, to make something happen. Effort, try. Express, to show feelings or opinion. Licked, strike with tongue. Affixed, glued. Fist, closed palm. Moment, a particular point of time. Need, to require. Bunch, group. Crook, cheats. So in this paragraph, Lancho was not much educated, so he had to put pressure on his mind to express his ideas on the letter. When he finished it, he stamped and put it into the mailbox. Lancho requested God to send the remaining 30 pesos as he needed them badly. And he doesn't want that it should be sent through mail because he has no faith on the employees, and he said that they are bunch of crooks, means they were the cheaters. So students, I think you have understood the story, and some questions are there on page number 7, oral comprehension check. Was Lancho surprised to find a letter for him with money in it? This is the first question. So, write down the answer. No, Lancho was not surprised. He had such firm faith in God. What made him angry? The less number of pesos made him angry. He thought that the post office employees had cheated him. So we have completed this chapter. I think you all have understood nicely. So read the chapter at home again, and next time we will take the next chapter. Thank you.